first 25 minutes, 25 minutes of the game, we moved the ball quite well. Looked quite threatening, and then fizzled out second half of the first half. Need to move the ball a little bit quicker, especially when you're up against a side, certainly with the back three, that very quickly becomes a back five. And we spoke about that at half time. And, like I say, normally as the home side going into the last 10 minutes or so of a game, if there's 11v11, you tend to be the aggressor and the one that's looking for the goal. Because of what happened, obviously, we were trying to hang on and make sure that we took a point out of the game.
Were you disappointed you didn't create more?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we had too many players coming towards the ball. And that's something we spoke about at half time. In terms of the front four, too many players wanted to show they were good players and wanted to get that extra passing. We were a little bit too precise. So I don't know if that's because of the opposition, the way they set up. They've only scored 10 goals so far, as we were aware, Shrewsbury, and don't concede particularly many. So they do come to frustrate teams, and they have frustrated a lot of teams. And as it happened tonight, obviously they frustrated us, and it's something that going forward, if we're up against that, we need to find a way of being better equipped.
Is that one of the biggest challenges you're facing?
Yeah, possibly. I thought when I first come in, one of the biggest challenges was making sure that we're harder to beat. And that was one of the first 5 or 6 things I tried to get across to the players, that I wanted to improve and I expected us to improve. We've certainly done that. But then, like, when we've got the attacking sort of threat that we have in the starting 11, especially at the minute, you'd expect us to work the goalkeeper more.
What was your view of the sending off? Appreciate we were both a long way away from it because it happened on the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, well, I've watched it probably about 10 times on the screen as well, and it's still, I can't really tell you what did happen. I think Keane's put his arm across his body, but I don't think his arm's anywhere near his head. Hopefully someone will have a better view of it and camera angle than the one I've just seen. But the fact that their physio never had to come on the field suggests that it couldn't have been too serious what happened.
So officially, has it been given as violent conduct? Is that fair?
I've not spoke to ref. Well, I have spoke to the ref, but I've not asked him a serious question. I've told him what I thought of the performance, but I've not really asked a serious question yet.
And I suppose after that, it was just about making sure you didn't lose the game.
Yeah, and I thought the lads did that and handled it pretty well. You can quite easily lose them games when it's not particularly going that well on the night, or there's a little bit of frustration in the air. Sometimes them games get away from you, and it didn't tonight. Is it a good point? We'll probably know on Tuesday. If we go and get a result at Pompey, this ends up being a good point. If we don't, then it doesn't.
Josh Victor made a couple of good saves at the end. He's had a tough season in the first few weeks, but I think over the last few weeks he's done particularly well and made some crucial saves at the end there.
Yeah, and for me it was more his concentration, because the quality that Josh is, he'd expect to make them saves. There's no doubt about it. What he did do, he just kept his concentration. That's why I'm pleased with the lads. We've forced them to shoot from 25, 30 yards. And when it's bouncing in front of you like it did a couple of times, he had the mindset to stay calm and aggressive and make sure he kept hold of the ball, which he did.
With Keane facing a suspension, it's got a bit of a headache in the heart of defence now ahead of Tuesday.
We have, yeah, absolutely. But it's an opportunity for the squad players and the lads who've not had much game time over the last month or so. It's an opportunity for them to step up, and it's a great place to step up, by the way, because obviously the atmosphere on Tuesday night will be electric. I know that for sure, and they get an opportunity not only to get into the team but to try and stay in the team.
Callum Connolly, I guess, would be one of the candidates to come in. I mean, did you see him as more of a midfielder or as a defender, or someone who can be a sort of versatile?
Well, he's definitely a versatile player. I do see him more as a defender. I know obviously he occupied a midfield area before coming in, and from my first game, especially at Blackpool, but the more I see of him in training and what his strengths and weaknesses are, I definitely see him more as a defender.
And Michael Boswick, will Tuesday come too soon for him?
Yeah, he's probably a good month or so away.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it calf again, is it?
Yeah.
Just overall, I mean, we've seen a bit of a mixture of everything in the last 3 games, haven't we? The Hive, the Sunderland game, a good performance against Peterborough, and disappointing end, and difficult night tonight. I suppose that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? When you start getting things on the table and trying to get your ideas across.
Absolutely. I've got no issues in terms of the way we approach the game tonight in the slightest little bit. It's more of doing it a little bit quicker with a little bit more urgency, and looking to be a little bit more of a threat in behind. And we need to be a little bit more streetwise. If we would have come up against a back four tonight, it would have been very different. But what we come up against 3 big, strong, athletic, aggressive defenders, and what we didn't do, we didn't shift them enough. I think I spoke to you, was it yesterday or the day before in the pre-match? We have to make sure that we move this lot, because if not, they'll just stay in there and they'll defend the box.
Great, thanks, mate.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
bit of mixed emotions. You know, obviously you want to win every home game. I thought we started off well the first 25, 30 minutes on top, and then they came into the end of the first half, last 10, 15 minutes, bit of possession. But I think their game plan was to come and frustrate us. You know, they played 5 at the back at sometimes, 3 in the middle. But the last 15 minutes, I thought our shape was brilliant with 10 men. We kept them out of the box, and you know, it's disappointing now that we've just got a point. But I think you look back on it tomorrow and Sunday, we'll think it's not a bad point.
Seemed like you cancelled each other out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think their game plan was to come and frustrate us. You know, you've seen when we had the goal kicks, they were just dropping off, letting us have the ball. I think a lot of teams are doing that now. But you know, it's one of them games where we've kept a clean sheet. That's 2 clean sheets in the last 3, which is improvement. So we'll just keep going.
Manager's been in here. He said he felt perhaps you needed to move the ball a bit quicker.
Yeah.
In terms of trying to open them up.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I thought at times our play was a bit slow. But I think we need to give them credit. You know, they made them in the middle. There was no space in the middle to play through them. So I had to go down the sides. But no, I can see where the gaff has come from. At times we went too slow. But you know, it's one of them games. Well, going to Tuesday.
What do you do if you say that?
I honestly didn't see it. I've seen the ball being played, but as I've turned around, I thought Josh had the ball, and I've seen 4 of the 5 of their players run towards referee, and you know the lad Wally said he's caught him in the lip.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I need to see it back. But Kane saying he's just sort of eased him off it to try and let the ball go through. But it's been given.
I think it's quite a mystery to a lot of people. I think.
Yeah.
But, overall, given that you had to get through those final few minutes with 10 men, it was all about not losing the game at that point, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, we still want to win the game, try and hit them on the counter attack. But the main thing was to get a point the last 10, 15 minutes. You know, you've got 10 men, and you know it's tough. You know, everyone has to put a shift in, and I thought the lads did that the last 15 minutes.
How did you feel? Obviously, you were down coming into the game with that knock you picked up last weekend.
Yeah, I felt all right. I trained Thursday, Friday. You know, my neck's still a bit stiff, but you know, I felt fine. Getting into the game.
Just tell me about that challenge and what actually happened from your point of view. It was very bizarre.
What do you think?
He seemed just barred.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's you know, I think I've just tried to cut across his path a tiny bit, but I didn't look at him, and next thing I know, he's elbowed me. I've seen it back on Twitter, and you know, I think it's a nasty one, but he's got away with one there. Yeah, he's definitely got away with it.
Well, at least it hasn't kept you out of any game.
No, it hasn't, but I could have done. It could have been a nasty one, but you know, it's start to play them on New Year's Day, so I'm looking forward to that.
Looking ahead to Tuesday now, obviously you're going to have to cope without Keane. Is that one you're looking forward to? I mean, it should be a great occasion at Stratton Park, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I think League One, that's probably one of the best atmospheres you get at the stadium at Stratton Park. I've played there before. It's going to be a tough one, but I think we've got an extra day recovery, which helps. But we'll go there. You know, it's a big week for us. We've got 3 games in a week, and the aim is to get points on the board. You know, you've seen the last 2-3 weeks. We've played well in spells, but we need to try and play well for the full 90 minutes. But it's going to be a tough game.
It's about a month since the new manager came in. How's it been? How have things changed?
It's been good. Training's been tough. It's been good, but it's been tough. You know, he wants to change the style a little bit. You know, he wants us to be more compact, try and keep more clean sheets, and just let the attacking players just attack. You know, it's trying to get a blend of attacking and not conceding goals. And you've seen the last 3-4 games. I think we're bang into it. You know, it's looking all right.
Has he asked anything different of you, or is it pretty similar in terms of your role in midfield?
No, just the same. You know, it's just to try and protect the back 4 and get on the ball and just try and get us playing. No, he hasn't really changed much for me, but you know, I'm enjoying working under him. You know, I'm learning a lot. He's a top coach. He's up there the best I've worked with. So you know, I'm 32 now. I want to go into coaching, so I'll pick a lot up from him.
Yeah, are you hoping to do some coaching at some point?
Yeah, if I'm taking.
Do a few sessions.
I'm taking my kids under 9s, under 8s. So
yeah.
I've got a few sessions planned for them. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Well done, mate.